appreciate you having me on here, especially as a female, because I feel like
Hmm.
not you necessarily, but men are like, oh, women don't really know basketball or this and that. And it's
That's
just
not
like
true.
I think, especially at a time now where women's basketball, I feel like it's like at not I won't call it its peak, but it's definitely trending upwards, and I
100%.
think it's definitely about time.
Yeah. Did you
Um,
see? I mean, you were at the
I was
WNBA
at the
draft,
draft,
man.
and
I wasn't there, but from the stories, it looked like it. The energy was up.
yeah, I
Like
just like
it looked like a movie. Like it literally looked like
a
a
little.
movie.
I was there last year, and just seeing like the transformation of like the setup and how everything was put together last year compared
Right.
to it's just like on a whole nother
It
level.
felt like an opera or a performance. Like
Right,
I don't.
like
What
it was a concert.
Yeah.
Like they were
What venue
putting
was that? And the
together.
venue was crazy.
Bam. In
See, I like
Brooklyn.
the idea of that more than like a bigger arena.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think last year was just like a random like event.
They should
venue.
do that for the NBA, honestly, like a smaller venue, even though they wouldn't make as much money. That's
Right.
the thing. But I think that would be awesome, like a venue like that, because it's so intimate. It's better for the visuals, you know?
Yeah, I think so. Speaking of the WME draft, just like looking back at because this draft class obviously is coming from the NCAA tournament with just like all the noise coming from King Clark, LSU, Iowa, even SC, just kind of like the evolution of women's basketball. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'm not an expert on women's basketball, to be honest, but it is crazy now that the names in women's basketball are bigger than the names in men's college basketball,
Yes.
right? So women's basketball is definitely having a moment, and I think it'll be more of a moment moving forward, bigger than a moment, and I just think it's going to continue to grow. And I hope the WNBA can get the same energy that college basketball had this year, because I
Yes.
think that's the next thing. The WNBA is really trying to market itself, but it hasn't gotten to the point where it had the buzz that college basketball had
Right.
this year, and I hope to see that.
Yeah, so Kathy was actually speaking at the draft, and she was just like, they're looking to expand to at least 16 teams, and I think that's great because that
Yeah.
opens up a lot of roster spots for women coming out of college. And I think just like you're right, the dollars aren't really coming in from WNBA. Everyone's like, oh, no one watches WNBA, women's basketball or whatever, and it's just like if you actually show up to the games to support the women, they will also not only get paid more, but it will just become a bigger thing.
100%.